Okay, so today we're looking at a percentage increases and decreases without a calculator. So our first example asks us to increase 35 by 10%. So just to pull up a picture form of that, here you can see that 100% is 35 and we're going to be adding 10% on. So all increase really means is add 10%, okay? Increase 35 by 10%, add 10% to 35. So what we need to do in the very first place is find 10%. Yeah? Find 10%. And then once we've found 10%, the second part will be to add it on. Nice and simple, just two parts. Okay? Now, for the first part, finding 10%. Now we know that 100% divided by 10 will give us 10%. Okay? We divide by 10 to get 10%. We know that 100% is 35. So all we've got to do is divide that by 10, right, to get 10%. Now, to divide by 10, we've got our number 35 here. Imagine there's a decimal place after it, okay? Because really there's a decimal point in every number, and then an infinite number of zeros after it. So when we divide by 10, we just want to bring that decimal point this way, just 1 point, okay? So we times by 10 by doing that. And that's going to give us an answer of 3.5. So 10% is 3.5. We've done the first part, nice and easy. 10% of 35 is 3.5. Now for our second part, all that we need to do is add that on, okay? So 35 add 3.5. I'm going to do it with a little column here. Don't forget to put your placeholders in if you're doing that and to get all your place values right. So 0 add 5 gives us 5. Pop our point in. 5 add 3 gives us 8. And then 3 plus nothing there, 38.5. That gives us. So increase 35 by 10% gives us 38.5 as our final answer. Now, slightly differently, decrease 45 by 15%. Okay, so when we see the word decrease, what we actually want to be thinking is subtract, okay? We're making it smaller, we're taking 15% away. So looking at this here, we obviously can't find 15% in one go without a calculator. So first we need to find 10% and then we need to find 5%. Okay, so again, our simple steps, find 15% in the way I've just described. We find 10% and 5% and then we add them together. And then step 2 will be to subtract it from the original amount. So, to find 15%, just going to do that over here. Let's first find 10%. Now, we've just done this. 10%, we divide by 10. Because 100% divided by 10 will give us 10%. Okay, so 45 divided by 10. Remembering my little thing that I've just shown you. 45.0. Let's just move that 1 along. That's going to give us 4.5. Okay, so 10% is 4.5. Write that down here. And then for 5%, what we want to do is divide it by 2. Okay, so 10% is 4.5. We want to divide that by 2. That's going to give us, after the decimal place, 0.25. And then before the decimal place, 2. So 5% is 2.25. And now we can add those together to get 15%. Okay, so add those together, make sure we've got everything nice and lined up. So put a placeholder in where we need one. 0 plus 5 is 5, 5 plus 2 is 7, 4 plus 2 is 6. 6.75. Okay, so 15% is 6.75. And now what we need to do is subtract it. Okay, so our original amount is 45, and we want to subtract 15%, 6.75. Let's put all our placeholder numbers in just to make sure that we're getting this right. Now, we can't take 5 away from 0, so we're going to have to borrow. There's nothing there to borrow from, so I'm coming over here. That becomes 4, which makes that 10. But then that becomes 9, which makes that 10. And 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 7 is 2. Put our decimal place in. Can't take 6 away from 4, so I'm going to have to borrow again. We can take 6 away from 14, that gives us 8. And then there's nothing to take away from the 3 there, so we just bring the 3 down. Now our answer is 38.25. So when you decrease 45 by 15%, you get 38.25.